In this video, I will share how to draw a ninja cartoon character and use the animation function of Adobe Animate to make the ninja walk. Create a new file. Let's first draw a ninja's head. Select the oval tool. Then turn on object mode. Select black as fill color. Remove its stroke. Hold down Shift. Drag it to make a circle. Let's take a look at the properties of this graphic. This graphic is in object mode. These two features are more commonly used features, because now it's object mode. There is a break apart feature here. Let's click break apart. This figure disintegrates. Its interior is filled with dense dots. Show shape here. This graphic becomes a shape mode graphic. Let's double click on it. Click to create object. At this time it becomes an object mode graphic again. It's a whole graphic. Now I'm going to add a shadow to the head of this cartoon ninja. Please note that there is one noteworthy thing about pasting. Press and hold this Ctrl+C, then press Ctrl+V. The pasted position will appear at the place where the mouse was just clicked. If we want to paste the circle in its original position, we should do this. Delete this circle. Press Ctrl+C. Then press Ctrl+Shift+V. This will copy a header at the original location. Let's change the color of this shadow. Change to gray. Then arrange the shadow to the bottom. Move the position of this shadow. Use the free transform tool to make the shadow larger. The head of the cartoon ninja is finished. We're going to draw an eye patch here on this ninja's head. To draw the eye patch, use the oval tool. We draw an oblong circle. Adjust the fill color to yellow. Then modify the shape of the eye mask. Make it look like a banana. Move the blindfold to their head. You can also use free transform tool to adjust the size of the eye mask. Use the oval tool to draw its left eye. Then use the Alt key to drag out its right eye so that the two eyes are the same size. Now we have to draw the ninja's headband. Use the pen tool. Draw a triangle. Make sure its nodes overlap to form a hole. What is drawn with the pen tool is a shape mode graphic. Double-click this line to select all triangles. Click Create Object in the upper right corner. It will be converted into an object mode graphic. Fill set to black. Remove its stroke. This makes a hairband. Then hold down the Alt key and copy a hairband. Use free transform tool to adjust its position and angle. This draws the head of the ninja. Then we will draw the body of the ninja. Use the rectangle tool to draw the ninja's body. The rectangle doesn't have to be too big, not bigger than the head. To give the ninja's body a more cartoonish form, adjust the shape of its body. Bend the body a bit. Lift it up a bit. This will make the ninja's body more cute. Move the body position below the head. Right-click and click Send to Back. Finally, adjust the position. Next, draw its arms. Use the rectangle tool to draw its arms. Then use the free transform tool to adjust its angle. The left arm is probably in this position. Make the arm bigger. Use the selection tool to adjust the shape of the arm. Adjust the shape of the arm and place it on the left side of the body. Adjust the angle again. Then hold down the Alt key to make a duplicate arm. Click on the Transform tool. Change the scale width to a negative value. Adjust its angle again. Move the right arm to the right side of the body. Click on the Select tool. Hold down the Shift key and select the two arms. Arrange these two arms to the bottom. This way the two arms are drawn. Finally, adjust the arc of the wrist. Adjust the curvature of left wrist. Click Rectangle tool. Then we draw the ninja's thighs. Adjust the shape of the leg. Move the left leg to the left side of the body. Hold down the Alt key and make a copy of the right leg. Adjust the angle of the right leg with the free transform tool. Now, the body structure of the ninja is drawn. Let's take a look at the reference picture. There is a backpack on the ninja's body and a sword behind him. Let's draw these two graphics. Because the backpack is inside the body, we need to go inside the body to draw the backpack. Double-click on the body to go inside the body. At this time, it is isolated from other graphics. Use the pen tool to draw the outline of the backpack. To close the curve, use the Convert Anchor Point tool to adjust the outline of the curve. Inside the Object mode, lines drawn with the pen tool are in Object mode by default. This is not the same as drawing a curve with the pen tool inside a scene, where lines drawn with the pen tool default to Shape mode. Please understand this difference. To convert this curve to Shape mode, click Break Apart in the upper right corner. Click where the body and backpack overlap. This area is separated from the other areas. Change the fill color to gray. Now we want to remove its stroke. Because this stroke is in Shape mode, deleting it alone will require deleting a lot of lines. Double-click the stroke to select the entire stroke, and press the Delete key to delete the stroke. Double-click an empty space in the window to return to the scene. The advantage of this is that the graphic is a whole, not a combined graphic. Then use the Rectangle tool to draw the sword. Select black as fill color. Remove its stroke. Draw a sword hilt. Adjust its position. Draw a sword blade. Adjust its position. Modify the color of the sword blade, let's choose gray. Select all three graphics. Click the Align button. Click Align Horizontal Center, and the three graphics will be aligned. I want to combine these three graphics into one graphic. Find Modify in the menu bar and create a group for these three graphics. Adjust the size and angle of the sword. Move the sword to the body. Modify the size of the sword. Arrange the swords to the bottom. The sword is now finished. But there's a shadow missing underneath the 2 feet. Use the oval tool. Draw a shadow. Move the shadow to the middle between the 2 feet. Arrange it to the bottom. Adjust the position of the shadows again. There is a shadow under the ninja's feet like this. The overall graphic is finished. Press Ctrl plus Enter to preview. The basic drawing of the ninja has been made. Now let's learn how to set up animation to make this ninja walk. When the ninja walks, its arms and legs move. Now let's animate the left arm. The left arm is swinging from side to side when he walks up. Please remember one thing. In Adobe Animate, any object that wants to move must be converted into a symbol. Select left arm. Right-click, and click Convert to Symbol. Its shortcut key is F8. Modify the component's name to left arm. We can see that after the left arm is converted into a symbol, the left arm automatically moves to the top of all graphics. Its icon becomes jagged. Its property bar has also become like this. The property bar is different from the graphic before conversion. Now to move this left arm, right-click. Click Distribute to Layers. We can see that there is an extra layer for the left arm in the layer bar. If you want a graphic to animate, you must make the graphic a separate layer. We can see that this is the layer for the left arm, and this is the layer for the other graphics. When clicking on the layer of the left arm, Animate will only select the left arm. Let's move this white point. This white point is the axis of rotation of the left arm. When the arm moves, it usually takes the shoulder as the axis. Put the white dot on the shoulder. Let's simulate its arm swing action. Probably swinging from side to side like this. The FPS of animation is 30, which means that the video has 30 images per second. We just wanted to complete one arm swing in 1 second. Complete an arm swing from frame 1 to frame 30. Now let's set up the animation. In the first frame, we want his arm to be raised to the far left position. At the position of frame 15. Right-click. Insert a keyframe. Rotate the arm a bit. At frame 30, insert an extended frame. Now the screen only shows the left arm layer and no other layers. This layer above also inserts an extended frame. Compare the changes of the left hand before and after frame 15. A frame with a black dot indicates that it is a key frame. A keyframe represents a key picture and a turning picture. These gray frames represent extended frames, and their main function is to extend the duration of keyframes. The first keyframe is extended by 15 frames. The second keyframe is also extended by 15 frames. You can see that there is an obvious picture change in frame 15. Now let's make a tween animation. At any frame between the two keyframes, including the first keyframe, right-click. Click Create Classic Tween. We can see that the tween animation has been completed and the arm is moving. The so-called tweening means that there is no need to set the action of each frame. Animate will add smooth motion between the two keyframes. We also need to add the upward movement of the arms. Between frame 15 and frame 30, we want the arm to swing up. Right-click on the extended frame. Click Create Classic Tween. You can see that there is no movement in the second half of the tween. When the classic tween is created, the frames on the timeline will turn purple. However, you can see that between frames 1 and 14 a solid line is displayed. Frames 15 through 30 are shown as dotted lines. Although you have created a classic tween, it did not complete the tweening operation. The main reason is because classic tween requires a starting keyframe and an ending keyframe. This dotted line only has a starting keyframe and no ending keyframe. It doesn't know where the arm position will eventually be rotated to. Click on the first keyframe, right-click, and click Copy Frame. At the 30th frame, right-click and click Paste Frame. In this way, the animation of the left arm is completed. We can take a look at its arm swing movement. Now we want the right arm to move as well. First move the pointer to the first frame position. Right-click. Click Convert to Symbol. Change the symbol name to Right Arm. Move the axis of rotation of the right arm. Right-click. Click Distribute to Layers. Set the position of the right arm in the first frame and rotate it to the bottom. Because the arm swing is a cycle, the position of the arm is the same in the first frame and the last frame. Insert a keyframe at frame 30. Insert a keyframe at frame 15. The arm should be swung to the top at frame 15. At any frame between the two keyframes, also including the first frame. Right-click. Click Create Classic Tween. This will make the arms swing. Now let's set up the body animation. Start by moving the pointer to the first frame. Click on the body. Click on Convert to Symbol. Change the symbol name to Body. Now we can see that the body is at the top of all the graphics. Right-click. Click on Distribute to Layers. The body will then return to its normal arrangement. The body is moving up and down as it walks around. Insert keyframes at frame 1 and frame 30. Insert a keyframe at frame 15 as well. Because the body is moving up and down when walking. At frame 15, the body moves down a little bit. Right-click between two keyframes. Click Create Classic Tween. You can see that the body is moving up and down. Click on the sword. Move the timeline to frame 1. Right-click. Click Convert to Symbol. Change the symbol name to Sword. Click Distribute to Layers. The sword's layer should be at the bottom of all layers. Move the sword layer to the bottom. Insert keyframes at frame 1 and frame 30. Insert a keyframe at frame 15 as well. The sword should be moving in the opposite direction of the body, so at frame 15 the sword should be moving upwards. Right-click between two keyframes. Click Create Classic Tween. Take a look at the effect of the animation. Their head should be moving in the same direction as the body. As the body moves down, the head should also move down. Frame all the graphics on the head, including the eye patch and the hairband. Right-click. Click Convert to Symbol. Change the name of the symbol to Head. Click Distribute to Layers. Insert keyframes at frame 1 and frame 30. Insert a keyframe at frame 15. At frame 15, move the head down a bit. Click Create Classic Tween. Take a look at the effect of the animation. Move their head down a bit more. Set up the animation for the two legs. Click on the left leg and right-click. Click Convert to Symbol. Change the symbol name to left leg. Distribute it to layers. Do the same for the right leg. Distribute it to layers. Hide the shadow under the foot. Insert keyframes at the start and end frames. Insert a keyframe at frame 15 as well. Adjust the motion of the right foot. Adjust the motion of the left foot. Take a look at the effect of the animation. Click Create Classic Tween. Look at the overall motion. Move both feet up a little more. The animation of the entire body is completed. Finally, there is a shadow animation left. Convert it to a symbol. Distribute it to layers. The shadow should be at the bottom of all the shapes. Move the shadow layer to the bottom. Keyframes are inserted in the first frame, the 30th frame, and the 15th frame. Reduce the size of the shadow at frame 15 a bit. Compare the changes in shadows. Click Create Classic Tween. Press Ctrl plus Enter on the keyboard to preview the video. You can see that all the graphics are moving. Now the basic animation setup is done.